Hi, everyone. This is Sandy, and you are here in our amazing group, Untame Your Soul and Unleash Unlimited Abundance. So I was just laughing about yesterday's posts and, like the holy crap, 2018, what the hell just happened? Um, there's a lot of people that may not know about the intense energetic shifts that have happened on the planet in this past year, and what's going on for you personally, like what that means. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, and about what that means. Hi, Gia. Hi, Terry. How are you guys? Awesome that you're here. So pop on with any comments that you have, and I'll do our art session a little bit later tonight, but this one is the conversation I promised to have. So 2018, I want to read you a little something that I typed up about it. Okay, so we know 2018 has been really intense, super intense ride, lots of challenging energies. But that's to teach us to let go. That's to help us heal. And the energies this month in December are really going to help show us how much we've grown. And, you really need to take a step back and look at everything you've achieved, because it's easy to think about things we haven't done. Those things that we missed or fell short of, or, the not accomplished stuff. We tend to focus on that, but we don't think of the, I really did accomplish this stuff. So try to let go of those thoughts, the negative thoughts, and reflect on the positive things, your accomplishments this year. Remember those times that you were courageous, that you showed strength. Remember when you made someone smile or laugh. You remember when you felt peace or joy. And, this is important because this year, this work that we've done, don't let your ego take over and tell you that you've failed, because you have not by a long shot. So keep filling yourself with the good stuff. Okay, good stuff first and foremost. Get it in there. Love it. Oh, hey, you guys. That's awesome. You're having a listening party. Oh, I love it. I love it. So hi, Yvonne. Hi, Joe. Um, so let's see. Okay, got my train of thought again. Basically, reflect on the things that you did well, that you are really proud of, and then focus on maybe what you want to change or give more energy to, in the coming year. But the thing that I really wanted to talk about with 2018, it brought up a lot of fear and resistance in a lot of people. Fear and resistance was like a theme for 2018. It brought a lot of yucky things to the surface, especially this fall. I think like October, November were pretty rocky months for a lot of people. So it's nothing you're doing wrong. It's just you shedding energies that no longer serve you. So I want to talk to you a little bit about limiting beliefs and clearing those energies. So there's much more to your existence than you've been told. You know this, or you wouldn't be here. You feel pulled towards something that you just may not even know what it is, but you feel that internal pull. You may feel like you've been stuck on an emotional roller coaster. It happens because you're ascending. And as you're ascending, you're moving from the 3-dimensional up to the 4-dimensional. You can be moving from the 4th to the 5th. I mean, there's up to the 12th, depending on where you are in your spiritual journey. But we shed stuff. All that yucky gunk comes out. And it can come out in bad attitudes. It can come out in lost friendships. That's just shedding the people that don't serve you well. As we raise our vibrations, hey Lacey, hi Stephanie, thanks for joining. As we raise our vibrations, we discover that if you're not a vibrational match for me, you don't get to stay. Even if, my ego is telling me, oh, well, I have to try to mend this friendship. I have to try to save this. If it's not a vibrational match, it's not going to be saved. That could be regular friendships, romantic relationships, even jobs. I mean, a lot of people decided to leave, made huge changes in their workforce. I did. I resigned from being a teacher for 20 years. June was my end of my last school year, and now I do this full time. So this is my heart, my calling. And a lot of people have been turning toward their calling and taking those huge leaps into what they're really supposed to be doing. That's called, shedding those limited beliefs that we have. So if you have come across people in your path that used to be friends or used to be nice, but now they're kind of irritating, rubbing you the wrong way, it's probably because of your ascension process. They're not there. They're not on the same level. Like, you could be here and they're here. There's nothing you can do to catch them up. You have to let them evolve at their own rate. If they've chosen to in this lifetime. Sometimes that they've chosen to go on a mission that is not aligned with ascension. So the only thing you can do is speak and live your truth. That's it. You will attract the people who are supposed to be near you, around you. You will create an opening to release all of the abundance that has been, blocked up inside you. And that happens because of the limiting beliefs that we are taught. When you're young, your teachers telling you you're not good enough, maybe your parents trying to be overprotective or just, reasonably protective and steer you away from those really creative big things you want to do to a more safe, natural, in their minds, natural line of work. The status quo, the societal expectations, that is dimming for us. That dims our lights. And we decide that, okay, we're going to toe the line and be in this vibrational energy of society and don't even see it that way. We just see it as something that's normal, but then we're miserable. I mean, think about it. Why are there so many jokes out there about Mondays? Why are Mondays so miserable for millions of us? Why? Right? If you were really truly connected to what your life's purpose was and your soul path, you wouldn't care what day of the week it was. You would, if you were living your truth and your purpose, that would automatically just happen. And you wouldn't have to focus on only having fun 2 days of the week and the rest of it just accepting that it was going to be miserable. It doesn't have to be miserable. We were taught that it does, but it doesn't. And there are so many limiting beliefs that you can clear out of your systems. The limiting beliefs that there are only certain options for us, work-wise, that there are money limitations. Oh my goodness. Ladies, this is specifically for the ladies watching this right now. Money was never allowed to be a woman's thing. And so many of us have lifetimes of negative energy attached to money in our money story. People find themselves in debt. People find themselves, self-soothing with shopping because they're not allowed to spend. So, they kind of feel like a little rebel when we spend. But that we're not allowed to make certain amounts of money, that we're not allowed to see certain amounts of success, that we need to rely on someone else outside of ourselves in order to get what we want, or that money is only for the elite. Money is only for the people with opportunities. Well, stop waiting for your opportunities. Create them. Anybody can have abundance, and it's not greedy. It's not selfish. It's not demeaning to have money. That's all falsities we've been taught, mainly by the church, organized religion. And there's so much here for you. It's yours already. It's been a really rocky year. I hear you. I feel you. Been through some of it myself. So a lot of this stuff that you may be hearing may be triggering you a little. And that means when you're triggered, it means that you're kind of upset, or it may not sit right with you, or maybe you're starting to feel a little yucky in your stomach. Or, maybe like you want to defend something or talk back or something. That's good, because this kind of stuff, if it triggers you, it's triggering your core belief systems. And your core belief systems are what you have to start shifting when it comes to ascension. What my path is and how I can help you guys with this is to help you reach your soul through art, through doing very creative activities that kind of allow you to come back into your body, to be able to connect with yourself. I had someone comment yesterday, privately, after the second day of our 5-minute art session. And the comment was that how can one simple 5-minute little activity cause such a big emotional reaction? And this person was releasing a lot of, built up gunk, through this exercise. And sometimes, it'll touch one person one way and another person another way. But this person was crying for hours, and that's great. That's great. Salt water is a natural cleanser. Cry. Let your emotions come out, because that's all the stuff that weighs us down. I do the breathing exercises before we start. We keep tension, especially women. We keep tension in our necks, in our shoulders, across our chests. That's where our tension is. So you need to consciously be aware of how to release that. And if it's crying, great. Go cry. Have a good cry. It works. You always feel better. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Stephanie. Singing, anything with music. Yes. Love singing. I'm also a pianist, and just, yes, healing, very healing. And if you've noticed, a lot of the creative things are kind of coming up to the surface now, because that's something that we're taught. Well, I bet you when you were a little girl, Stephanie, I bet you loved to sing, right? So that stuff gets squashed in us, when we're older, because kids have these crazy notions that maybe we could do something like sing with our lives, but that's squashed. So as all of this is happening, we decide we're going to go back to our childhood selves, and we're going to grasp onto what made us happy. And if you can allow that back into your life, that is a beautiful way to heal and to keep ascending. So you'll find your niche. You'll find where you belong and what you're supposed to be doing. But all of this gunk and things that you have building up and coming out is totally normal. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, you're not going crazy. You're not losing your mind. A lot of people have been rocked and rolled from this past year. I mean, the ascension energies, the energy of the planet, look at everything that's happened. In nature, we've had crazy wildfires in the United States, lots of volcanic eruptions, big earthquakes, everywhere. I mean, the earth is shifting. There's some major energetic work going on. We've had 4 Mercury retrogrades this year. And if you're not familiar with that, it's just basically a interruption in our energy fields. Like, Mercury is, it appears to be turning backwards, spinning backwards, but only because the illusion of another planet passing behind it. It's not really turning backwards, but it's kind of like, when you're walking across the street, like, let's say you're on a city block and you're walking across the street and you feel the wind rush down the alleyway at you, but as soon as you cross the street and you're protected by the buildings again, then, it's fine, no more wind. Well, that's like Mercury retrograde. You're just going along in life, and all of a sudden, whoosh, and then, it's over 3 weeks later, and, on and upward. So, oh, that's fantastic, Stephanie. That's beautiful. I love it. I wonder why you were shy. Hmm. Yeah. There's a lot of us that are shy. Self-confidence is a huge thing that we're told as a child we can't do it. We're not supposed to do it. Um, or that's silly to think that way. So we start building up these negative limiting beliefs. And as we get older and we realize that, we don't have to be held by these beliefs anymore, that's when we start changing things. That's when we start clearing things. That's when we start shifting our minds, our mindsets into something more appropriate for us, for our souls. So, do you guys have any questions about anything? I know I was kind of bouncing all over the place with this, but I really wanted to talk a little bit about the limiting beliefs and what was happening this year. A lot of people were, just like, oh, no joke, this is really a train wreck. Yeah, it's been a hard year. What you can do, practice self-care. A really good thing is to take baths with Himalayan sea salt, Epsom salt. You can get the Epsom salt that has like the essential oils in it. But that, salt water, cleansing, clearing. So that helps you. Hey, Kim, how are you? Um, that helps too. And, meditation, if you do any kind of movement, yoga, dancing, just being silly, any kind of creative outlet, music, art, any kind of creativity will help you reconnect in your center. And if you're still feeling, stuck, or you're still feeling like, hey, there's a place I need to go that I'm not really sure where it's going, or where I should be, message me and we can talk privately about that. There are very specific things that you can do to be able to get through that part of ascension and to be able to connect with yourself and clear those blocks and those limiting beliefs. There's a lot of concrete steps. I'm sorry, Terry. Clarify your question, please, and I'll be happy to answer it. There's a lot of ways that you can go about this, and you need to find the way that resonates best with you. So the way I do it is through chakra work, and we work on the 7 major chakras, starting with our root chakra, and we go through and start identifying and clearing things. And I'll show you how to keep yourself cleared and aligned. And as you go through each chakra, we're going to look at a different piece of your life and a different attachment to it. And all of that will resolve itself as you go through these exercises. And it's a 3-month course, so you can talk to me about that. And if that's something that's resonating with you, it's very specific to you and exactly what you need. It's not one of those, canned, do it yourself kind of things. It's together, very much together. So, okay. Terry, I'm so sorry. I don't remember what I said that you would be asking for concrete steps for, but refresh my memory and I'll be happy to answer you. So yeah, I'm going through my notes right now to make sure. Oh, last thing, holidays. Okay, holidays, whatever ones you celebrate. Christmas, for my family, but whatever ones you celebrate, it can be a very emotional time this time of year, for people. Hi, Chrissy. Try to stay in your heart center. Try to have compassion for people that you love, even though it's a very difficult month, just because you know what is happening and why it's affecting you and people like it is, they may not know. So a lot of love and patience, and support. If you are the one who needs support, please ask for it, because it really can be a tough road for many people during the holidays, and you don't have to be a hero and muscle through it alone. You could talk to a friend, talk to a loved one, or even a therapist if you think that would help. But don't suffer in silence. Reach out to someone, please. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about those energies and, give you an idea of why you feel like oh, it's so crazy, why am I overreacting? Why am I getting angry? Well, that's why. So I hope that this gave you some insight. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to drop them in. I'll be checking back in the comments and I'll answer whatever I can. And I'll be back on a little bit later this evening with our third art activity. So if you're planning on being here for that, I would like you to try to get some colored pencils, crayons, markers, something with color tonight. Okay? All right. So I'll see you tonight around 7:15. Okay? Thanks. Love and light.